All right, there we are. I think we're live now. Hello, welcome to the show. We were having some technical difficulties with Talk Studio software that I use all the time. Just decided to crap the proverbial bed just now, just when I needed it the most. I got to tell you, if this happens again, I mean that would be strike two, and if it happens again, that would be strike three. Three strikes, you're out. That's how it works. Okay. That's how it works. I'm really not happy. I just spent however long trying to figure out how to make this all jive and work and yada, yada, yada. You don't want to hear me complain. All right. So now that I'm actually live, we can see, can we see comments? I think we can. So I've been gone a while. It took an extended hiatus, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of, shit, man, I could still be on hiatus right now. I really could. And, the show must go on. So I'm back. I'm here. I'm glad to be here. I love being here. I love doing this thing, but, oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm sorry. I'm looking to see what the error of my ways was on this previous situation that caused such disruptions. We're on trusty old reliable StreamYard. You can't go wrong with StreamYard. I don't know why, they gave me such a good deal at Talk Studio that I'm still with Talk Studio. But honestly, this right now, this makes me want to go back to StreamYard, like for good. I might as well. I may do it. I just may make the jump. Hey, Alberto, thank you for joining us tonight. Yes. First like for the night. Welcome to the fall. Yes. That's a great way to put it. Welcome to the fall in more ways than one. Okay, great. That doesn't want to work either. Whatever. Let's ignore all of the noise and just let's get into the show. Hi, welcome to the goddamn show. Tonight is the show. We're here. We've had Chris, aka Bloodsong, aka I Mesenthrope, has been on the show before. This is actually part two because we tried to do this show a while back. There was a family emergency. I say family because pets are family. And Chris had an emergency. He had to show up for his cat. And you got to do what you got to do when you got to do it, right? That's the way it works. So we had to put this on hold, and now we're back here with Chris. He's waiting in the digital green room. He's going to share with us his latest experiment concoction. I don't even know what it is exactly. Like I was like, you know what? Let me just wait for the show. He's going to do it. We'll play it live. We'll hear it live and react live as it's happening. So I'm very excited to do that. I'm very excited, very curious. What is a glub? Well, he's going to tell us because he's backstage. We can't do any of the intro theme songs because all that stuff was in Talk Studio. So I'll just have to do it live. Jeff is gonna talk about the Misfits right now. Okay, there we are. We've done the intro, and we'll do the riot stickers. I'm not going to sing the riot stickers song later because I don't think I could. We got stickers, banners and buttons too, postcards and blah, blah, blah. There's nothing we can't do for you. Tomorrow night is we have Riot CEO of Riot Stickers, Sharpie Riot. He's going to be on. We're doing our punk rock supergroup draft pick. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully Streamlabs, StreamYard, whatever the fuck it's called, doesn't shit the bed. You can see what kind of mood I'm in tonight. All right. Blah, blah, blah. We're here. We're here. It is the now. Without further ado, let's bring Chris out. He's going to tell us all about his process while I try and figure out what the freak is going on with my system. So let's bring him out of the waiting room. Bloodsong is here. Here he is. Bloodsong. Chris, I Mesenthrope. Hey.
What's up?
What's up? I am so sorry for all the technical difficulties. My
no worries, man. Yeah, I decided to go ahead and do it in the room. Hopefully it won't get too loud in here. If it does, I'll go back downstairs. But
no, I think you're fine. You're fine.
I should be. I should be fine.
My Red Island red chicken hen is listening to you also. Her name is Sophia. Brought her into the house for the show. Hi, Sophia.
Nice.
The Rhode Island red chicken hen. Hey, you know what they say? You know, the goose, what is it? The goose that lays the golden egg or something like that.
Yeah.
Some sort of adage. Adam. All right. So first of all, how is your cat doing, man? Is your cat okay?
Oh, he's doing great. They had to do an exploratory surgery. He had eaten something he wasn't supposed to have, and they basically forced it through his system. And and they had to pump a bunch of fluid out and stuff like that. But he's doing just fine now. So
Good.
I'm so glad. My oldest had a cat pass last year because she was probably almost 9 years old. She had tumors, and she was a smaller breed, like a Devon mix or something like that. But she had the tumors cut out, and the surgery was too much for her, and she died in Sammy's arms. And I'm like, I'm not having that happen again.
Totally.
Like,
I get it.
Because Milkshake's a sweet cat, and I'm so glad he's okay.
That's a good name. That's a good name for a cat. Does Milkshake brings all the cats to the yard? Is that what happens? Okay then. So tell me a little bit about what you got going on right now. What is this situation?
Well, what we've got here is the new single. I haven't released it yet. The premiere is tonight on your show.
That's right.
So the new song is Glub from my project Bloodsong, and it's done in the style of Cough, Cool, and She, the first single from the Misfits. Did the whole Hammond organ, or not Hammond organ, was it the Fender Rhodes? That's what it was.
Fender Rhodes, yes.
Yeah, Fender Rhodes. Got a plug-in for that and played on that. Did the bass, did the vocals, did the drums. I did 2 versions, as you can see here.
Right, we have them all ready to. We have them all.
Right. And see, at first I was thinking, well, look, especially since Manny just passed back in November, and of course I wanted to pay tribute to him as best I could. I definitely wanted to do something that would at least remind us of his legacy with the Misfits. And so I did a manified version. Let's see. Yeah, there it is.
Manified version.
Right.
Manified
so it's a little more jazzy. This is the first time I've ever actually programmed jazz drums, other than, like some weird death metal stuff, but
Interesting.
Very
interesting. Okay. So,
another thing about this. All right. So I've been experimenting with something. Not sure when I'm going to release it because I'm trying to get it to sound halfway decent, but it is cut onto a 5-inch record.
Holy moly.
And look at
congratulations.
Look at what kind of record it is.
Is it an X-ray?
It is.
How did you do that?
Record. So I got some X-rays off eBay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead serious. I got some X-rays off eBay, cut them out. I've made several test runs and stuff like that. And of course, I've got one of these. I don't know if you've seen them before. You can actually find a lot of them on eBay. You can't find the American version so much anymore. But there's a thing called, in Japan it's sold as a Gakken toy record maker. And here there was a company called Teenage Engineering, which I think is from Sweden, but they did make a English version of it. And they've released it for a very, very short time. I happened to get my hands on one of those and was able to cut
out of here.
Yeah, and you can actually find the Japanese version on eBay. Like I said, they don't make the American version anymore. But if anybody ever needs instructions or anything like that, I'm sure you'd be able to find them. Either that, or you can hit me up, and I'd be glad to share them with you. But
okay, so what is the process of? So you basically cut your own record.
I did.
We did a whole show about bone records.
Exactly. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this too. Because the whole process.
Hold on. You're telling me that you watched my show on bone
I did.
And then you went out and procured
I did.
the means to do it yourself, and you're making fucking X-ray fucking vinyls yourself?
Yes. That's right.
I'm speechless, dude.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
The history is so interesting. Yeah.
Oh, it's fascinating.
And the weird thing about it is I've been a friend of mine and I at work have actually talked about it for a long time, X-ray records and stuff like that. And then you did an episode on it. I was like, oh, nice. And then I got to hear some of the stuff. I think that there's a website. I think it's called xrayaudio.com.
Yeah.
I forget what it is.
Yeah.
But some of those were really good. And just the way they made those back then with such limited resources they had.
Yeah.
And see, now you can't really find that many record cutters without paying a small fortune. So
you're like the most punk rock dude I've ever met in my life. No, I'm serious. You are the king of punk rock, bro. Like, that's incredible.
Wow.
All hail.
Impressive.
All hail you.
Thank you.
DIY. Like, I mean, that's fucking insane. Like, I really am blown away that you did that you listened to the episode, you secured this thing. So you're all, as long as you have a steady supply of X-rays, you can basically just cut records. Yeah,
either that or plastic that I can cut into discs or something like that. As long as the needle will cut it, I can cut the sound waves onto it.
I'm speechless. I am speechless. That is amazing, dude. That's utterly amazing. So, how long did that process take you? Like, figure this all out?
Well, I've seen the videos on YouTube for a long time of people trying to cut records onto CDs and stuff like that and making little contraptions and devices that can do that. I've even seen little science experiments where someone would take a little speaker and glue a wire nut with a needle stuck in it and just have it cut onto some plastic or something and then try to play it back. And, you can hear it. It's not perfect, but you can hear it. And just the whole process in general of that's all records were. We just cut sound waves onto a disc. Who would have thought? Because, tape, we always had the means to record onto tape and, of course, record digitally and stuff like that. But we're going back to the late 1800s, early 1900s when you're talking about cutting onto a disc.
Right, for sure.
And just how they did it, even with cutting onto wax cylinders and things like that. The whole science of it, to me, is fascinating. And to recreate that, especially in the vinyl boom, is fascinating. I know it's something that, where a lot of people, they like to be able to hold music in their hand.
Yes.
Agreed. Not just a phone or something that, you can pull up just about anything on.
Mm-hmm.
But once I found out about that, I had actually been trying to make my own record lathe and things like that, trying to see if I could do that. And there's actually a website you can look up. It's called Lathe Trolls, and they have all kinds of people asking questions about it. People make their own lathes and things like that. There's actually instructions I just found not too long ago on how to make your own lathe. professional or halfway professional lathe. So I'm like gathering the parts on eBay as we speak, you know. And
so you're gonna try. So you're gonna take it to another level and try to like. Wow.
Yes, because I want to try to do that. You know,
as you should, man. I mean,
right.
It's like owning the means of production entirely, you know?
Right. And I've always been about that because, for one, you know, one thing I've always noticed, even when I started recording music back in the early 2000s, I'm like, we got computers and stuff now that we can record multi-tracks on, and the means to do that. So, of course, I learned how to do that because, you know, here I am in like Walker County, Georgia. It's just south of Chattanooga. We're like one of the poorest counties in the country, and I mean, even my house is tiny. It's cheap and everything. So, I mean, in a way, you could kind of call it redneck ingenuity as well as punk rock. But yeah, there's a lot of things I wanted to do for a long time. I wanted to record music and stuff like that, but never could get a band where all of us had the same schedule that we could keep together and stuff like that. And of course, when I got married and had kids, you know, it was even harder to do that. So I was like, well, why don't I do this on my own? You know, I've got the means to do it. Let's do it.
And you're doing it. And
right.
So I think that you need to come up with some sort of, like, in the same way that the Mummies have budget rock, or, you know, you need to come up with a term for what you've done here. I mean, I guess you could just call it DIY, but you should make it special and synonymous with your region, and in a way that's fitting for you.
Right.
You know,
right.
Blood work, you know, Bloodsong, blood work. I don't know. You'll think of something.
I like that. I like that.
That's special, though. That's really, really, really special. So, how many times did you cut before? How many times did you cut a thing on X-ray before you finally got something that felt good, or was it like right out of the box it worked perfectly and you were good to go?
Well, with this machine, I got it probably about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. It actually comes with 10 discs, just black plastic discs that you can cut on. And of course, I've, you know, cut on those, and I'm like, well, I was thinking, after those 10 discs are used up, what else have I got?
Right.
So that's one reason why I decided, hey, let me see if I can cut onto X-rays or something, because that's interesting.
You know, yes, and nobody listen, and you know, and it makes it extra special, and that's like something that people would definitely want to acquire, you know.
Right. And so it took me several tries to get this. As a matter of fact, this is only cut on one side right now. I'm going to try to cut the rest of it. I don't know if you can see the grooves through the camera.
I can't, but I can imagine them being there.
Yeah, but yeah, it took a while to do it, and part of the reason for that is because it seems like the needles can dull pretty quickly if you're not careful, and
right.
And basically, it's a needle that's got a edge on it that'll kind of like a little wedge on it that'll cut through, and those can dull at some point. So there was that, and there was also, you know, the some of the wobble and stuff like that, and some of the, and even the plastic surfaces sometimes make a big difference.
And did you read about that, or is that just you figuring it out as you're doing it?
A little of both, because a lot of times when I do it and I'm like, yeah, I'm not very satisfied with that. So wonder why it's doing that. And then I would look it up, and they would talk about different plastics that are being used. Some of them have more surface noise and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, even this one's got surface noise, so it does sound kind of primitive. But I did manage to make it where you can hear it, and you can hear it well. And what I'm hoping to do with the one I'm building is just make higher and higher quality. as far as the sound goes. But even just the fact that there's sound on it that's legible, that you can hear, to me, that's neat. You know, I mean, of course, I'm going to provide
plays right on your record player, like no problem.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, of course, I'm going to have the Bandcamp release in the first place. So, I mean, you'd still be able to have the file if I sold those, which I'm planning on doing that. But like I said, I still want to make sure that I can get it sounding consistent on the cuts that I make.
Sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of quality control goes into this kind of situation.
Yeah, it does. And I've read a lot about it. They say it can be really, especially when it comes to mastering. I hear a lot of talk about mastering just for vinyl, totally different than mastering for digital.
How so? Can you go into a little bit of the nuances of that?
Yeah, part of it is they say that the bass frequencies, for instance, anything 200 hertz and under, you want to sum them up to a mono channel, and the rest of them you can do to stereo. So that's one thing. And also, sometimes the really high frequencies, if you don't limit those enough or have them turned down enough, it can make the needle move faster than it should. And and also you've got different things like the closer you get to the middle, your needle tends to speed up. So it starts to sound a little bit different the closer you get to the middle. So there's a lot of different nuances in it. But of course, I keep reading up on it, and hopefully, at some point I'll halfway perfect it. I mean, I know I'm probably not going to fully perfect it, but
hey, never say never, man. You're just you discovered a passion for it, and you're making it happen, and it's friggin'. I mean, it's pretty friggin'. I mean, this is cool stuff, man. This is really cool stuff.
It's really neat.
And you know what else is cool? Riot Stickers, the sponsor of the Frumess channel. You can get wonderful deals. You go to riotstickers.com/Frumess. Because Talk Studio crap the bed, we don't have the theme song to play for you, but just go to riotstickers.com/Frumess. Check out Riot Stickers. Again, we're going to have Sharpie Riot on the show tomorrow night for punk rock draft supergroup draft picks. It's going to be a lot of fun, not to be missed. And that's the end of our sponsor break. Sorry, go ahead, Chris. What else were you saying?
That's pretty much it as far as that goes. Mostly the summing of the low frequencies, make sure to limit the high frequencies and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot different. And one thing with the bass frequencies too, you don't want them like you actually can get away with boosting lower frequencies and stuff like that in digital. Whereas with vinyl, and probably even with cassette, but with vinyl, it will make the needle jump,
right?
Because it's going up those the grooves, extremely high amplitudes. Yeah. So that's another thing you have to watch out for too. So it's a lot of little nuances just to make it sound decent. And what I would love to figure out is how exactly do they do that because there's such a difference in cutting it onto a disc or pressing it onto a disc as it is recording on a cassette or tape or digital. There's a big difference. How do they get that to translate? I'm definitely wanting to look into that more too. Because when you listen to a record, a lot of times you can't hear much of a difference, Right.
Well, I think it also depends on the speakers that you have. Like you have to have,
it does.
You have good wiring. You have to have good speakers. You have to have good, amplifier. Like all that goes into it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things. All right, without further ado, let's listen to the track We're going to listen to both tracks, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it, and you'll tell us about your process here. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Oopsies. How do we get this? Hold on a second. Why we want to share? Is it not? Oh, that's why we want to do that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Everybody should be able to hear this. Premiering. And these will be available on Bandcamp. Link is down in the description. Let's give this a listen. Okay.
Driving away, dead of night, bridges looking rough, gang of boys in another car, gave the girls a shove. They shove, shove, shove. They shove, shove, shove. They shove, shove, shove. The girls sang glub, glub, glub. Off the bridge, what a long flesh. They stopped picking that up. Mary woke up on the show, 'cause she's all alone. She's all alone. Found a new home. Play organs in the church, but she was not alone. Johnny's eyes locked on hers. He thought he was in love, but the man in the mirror making Mary say love. Say glub, glub, glub. She said glub, glub, glub. Say glub, glub, glub. And Johnny's not in love. She asked where to go in my carnival bed. There's no sign from the other. We just stay there. Johnny thinks she's going crazy, and she falls in again. No way away. She's all over me. Moving the car from the river, loaded bodies and loads. I was walked out. Stitch of death, all the girls sang love. They sang love, love, love. They sang love, love, love. Go, go, go back. They sang love, love, love.
All right, I'm going to pause it for a second before we play the second version so I can give my initial impression. All right, so first of all, I mean, it's great. This is really, really fantastic. Great.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Inspired. So what inspired Glub? Like, what does it mean? Like, what is it? It's just like Glub is like the sound of like something sinking or whatever.
Yeah, the sound of someone drowning. Can you guess from hearing the lyrics? Can you guess what film this is about?
It's about a film. See, I thought maybe it had to do with Theme for a Jackal a little bit, like
ooh, that's interesting.
Ted Kennedy crashing off the bridge and being the letting the girl drown. That's what I thought this was going to be about.
Okay,
Club.
Interesting.
But since you're saying it comes from film, and I heard that someone's name is Johnny.
And Mary.
Okay, Johnny and Mary. Oh man, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Is it? Wait, give me a few more hints. Give me a few more hints. What else? What else?
Okay.
How else would I recognize it?
Okay, it came out in the early '60s.
Okay,
it's a cult film.
Carnival of Souls.
Yes, that's it.
Wow,
that's it. Carnival of Souls.
Wow, I had a feeling. I was like, could this be Carnival of Souls? Okay.
Yes, it's a great movie. And I was like, you know what? And weird thing is,
I've been to that building. I passed by it.
Really?
Yeah, the place out in the desert. I've driven by that place.
Oh wow, where's that at?
It's in Nevada or Arizona. I don't remember.
Okay.
I was with Blitzkid on tour, and we drove right by it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's very
I
cool.
want to say it was in Nevada. I want to say it was in Nevada. Utah. No, Nevada.
Oh,
Nevada.
one of those. All right, cool.
I
Very
think it was in Nevada, man, because we were going to
right.
Salt Lake City, and I believe it was there.
Okay.
Not in Salt Lake City, but outside of it. That's what I want to remember.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's interesting. Okay, and that's right. And then obviously the water and the dead people in the water. Right. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense. What's the difference between the two versions of the Glubs?
The one you just heard was the original version. The only difference is the drums. Did more jazzy drums on the Manified version because of course, I wanted to pay tribute to Manny somehow. Mm-hmm. It still won't be. I'll be honest with you, it still won't be as good as say if he did it. But you
do the best you can do.
That's right. You do the best you can do. And one thing that's interesting about this too, I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I've had dreams before about discovering Misfits songs or Sam Hain songs that I'd never heard before. And one of them happened to be a song sounded kind of like Glub. And this is kind of the tune that I had. And I was thinking, ooh.
From a dream.
Believe it or not.
I have so much more respect, even more. I already had respect, but I love this so much more now that you told me that backstory about it.
Nice.
Do you remember what else you dreamed about, like other ones, or was this the main sort of thing that comes to mind?
This is probably the most recent one, and it seems like it was like a missing session or something like that from Glenn, Manny, and Jerry, and then somehow it happened to be on a compilation, which I didn't think made sense, but I was like, ooh, how did this get there? Where did this come from? Huh. But, I've had a bunch of dreams, like I would find Sam Hain records or something like a Misfits record I never discovered had a whole new song on it or something. And I'm like, ooh, cool. And you just wish that was the case in real life.
For sure. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, wonder how many more songs were like in the background,
right?
Or not right that were not even recorded, or were just buried in rehearsal.
You gotta make them up, man. You gotta make them up.
There you go.
Let's listen to the second one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I should probably say this afterwards. I'm actually working on a few more songs for Bloodsong that are more in the vein of November Coming Fire.
Very interested to hear that. That will be very cool. Very cool. You let me know. Keep me posted.
Yes, we'll do.
Okay.
All right.
Let's listen to the second version with the jazzier drums. What do we got here? Hold on. I'm gonna let me hide this so I can see what you got. Oh man, what a tattoo, dude. Yeah, no, I can see it. It's sick.
A buddy of mine did an interpretation of that cover. So
I love the orange.
Like, that's amazing.
Now you gotta honor it with music. It's great.
There you go.
Let's give this a listen. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, I think I put a space in between here. Sure did. So it wouldn't be a mistake.
Driving away, dead of night, bridges looking rough, gang of boys in another car, gazing girls and shove, they shove, they shove, they shove, the girls sing glub, glub, glub. Off the bridge, water on flesh, they start picking that low. Mary woke up on the show. Notice she's all alone. She's all alone. Found a new home. Play organs in the church. But she was not alone. Johnny's eyes locked on hers. He thought he was in love. But the man in the mirror making marriage say love. Said glove, glove, glove. She said glove, glove, glove. Said glove, glove, glove. And Johnny's not in love. She doesn't where to go. In my carnival bed. There's ain't time from the other. We just stay in bed. Johnny thinks you're crazy. And she falls in again. No way away. She's gone all alone. Moving the car from the river, loaded bodies and low. I was washed out, still shook this. All the girls say love. They say love, love, love. They say love, love, love. Love goes all the time. They say love, love, love.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. Really.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
excellent,
you.
man. You did a great job. You really did. You really, really did. And just like all the, I really do. I want to commend your creativity and your drive, and just say that, like, I think it's the work that you're doing is really special, and I hope that you
Thank
find
you.
it
Thank
fulfilling.
you.
I mean, obviously you
I
do.
do.
That's why
Oh,
you
yeah.
do it. But just don't stop. Like, keep drilling away, man. Keep
Will
peeling
do.
the layer, keep peeling the layers, keep peeling the onion, because it's really special, man. And you're finding, I don't know, I see someone who is just incredibly inspired and just firing on all cylinders in
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're doing, you know. So excellent. I
Thank
salute
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Really.
Thank you, sir. That means a lot. That really does. It means a lot coming from you guys. I've really admired this channel and everything that you've done, everything that you do. I mean, it's amazing what all Misfits nerdery we've all found out about, because for the longest time, I even read a review of that I did, or what someone did, of my Initium Meets Earth AD album,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy was like, this, he came up from about the same time I did, and all you could find was just these cassettes and maybe a CD or two, but there was no information on any of that. You opened it up and there was just it was just the picture of the album cover, and yeah, so like I've got the November Coming Fire cassette, nothing about it, no lineup, anything like that. So the only way I was able to find out anything is when the internet came about and just reading stuff here and there,
Sure.
And yeah, so I mean, there was a lot of missing information for the longest time.
And now you friggin' you're as I said, you're peeling back the onion, and now you're gonna do it even more. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to hear it, man. This has been a great show. I really, really,
definitely,
really dig this. So let people know when do you think the record itself will be available for purchase on Bandcamp?
What I'm going to do is right after I get off here, I'm going to go ahead and upload those two songs and go ahead and release them.
Great.
I'm going to make them. I'm going to make them free. Why not? And then once I get back, I'm going to try to see if I can do some more, because I'm in Oklahoma right now taking a night class, starts tomorrow night. But what I figure I'll do is I'll go, when I go back home, I'll try to do some more cuts and see how that goes. Of course,
Sure.
building the professional lathe and things like that too. But I'm hoping within the next couple months, maybe we should see something. I'll definitely keep you posted.
Yeah, keep even.
I'll definitely keep you posted.
Share it around my social media and whatnot. And listen, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for your support, and I want to thank you for coming on here and sharing your creativity with us. Like I said, do not stop. Do not stop. Even when it gets hard, or even when you don't feel like doing it, keep it up, man. Because it's
there you go.
Cool. It's freaking cool. Put it out into the world.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's checked this out so far. I've looked at my Bandcamp and it's just exploded with how many people have listened to it.
Cool.
That's actually the project that's listened to the most, and I'm like, oh, nice, So
yeah, it gives you good motivation to keep, supplying the audience with more material.
Right. And to me, this is actually one of my favorite projects that I do. I do several different ones. Like there's I'm bassist for Dragon and Bear now. It's a guy that I work with. He and his wife, they write a lot of music. Like he comes out with an album between every 10 and 12 months.
Wow.
Yeah. If you like stuff that's really eclectic, definitely check them out. Okay. I've done some bass tracks for him. Did a lyric writing session with him a few days ago, actually. But yeah, definitely check those guys out. Guy's really big influenced by punk rock and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, he goes into everything from R&B to practically death metal,
Awesome.
Yeah, it's neat. So
yeah, dude.
And the guy is super inspired. I've actually asked him before. I'm like, how do you put that much output out there? And he tells me his process and everything. And I'm like, wow, if I didn't have to discipline 6 dogs all the time, then I'd probably have more stuff out there too. But it's that's a full-time job. But I love them to pieces though. Just like with the cats, I love them dearly too. So but and then of course there's Moribundus Christus. It's a black metal project that I do with dude from the band Cranial Impalement, which I'm actually also recording some of their stuff in their practice space. There's a song that I recorded from them, I think about a little over a week ago, and had them all in there and trying to get it mixed down and everything. I think they're going to release it as a single pretty soon. Whole revamped lineup. They haven't done a whole lot, I think, in about 10 years or so. Just recently came back, and
wow.
Yeah. And just and a few other things too. Have you ever heard of my project, the Middle Finger Blues Extravaganza?
No, I don't think I have.
Look it up.
What a name, though. What a name. Yeah. I'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, there's a song that I released, I think about 2015, and I've actually been considering resurrecting that. I've only released one song with it. And if you can find it, there's a music video for it too, and it's
okay. I'll take a look.
It's ridiculous, but I'll warn you right now, it's ridiculous, but it was fun,
Generally, things that are ridiculous are also very fun. That's
exactly. That's what I mean?
Very cool, man. Very cool. Listen, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to be up super early in the morning. Thank you again.
Thank you,
awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Throwing you the fingers. I don't know. I guess we don't have an exit thing anyway, but usually, what we say here on the channel when we say goodbye. We say
peace, hair grease.
That's right. You did it. Peace and Andrews. That's right. All right. Hang on, Chris, 1 second. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for the punk rock supergroup draft picks. Hopefully, it'll be on Talk Studio and not StreamYard. But honestly, at this point, I'm so annoyed with Talk Studio right now. All right. Enough. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night. All right. And we.
Nice. Where's my? Oh,
I think I just left. I have to end the stream. That's how it works. Okay.
okay.
Let's see what happens when I do this.